Alright, let's rewind to a couple of months ago. It feels like a lifetime now, but back then everything was new and exciting. I was just starting to dip my toes into the world of crypto, and honestly, I had no idea what was waiting for me around the corner. I'd just gotten into crypto, like properly into it. I was reading every article I could find, joining online forums, and even following a few self-proclaimed crypto gurus on social media. The whole thing felt like a game, and I was determined to win. You know, researching coins, watching charts, feeling like a genius every time my phone pinged with an alert. Every little price jump felt like a personal victory, and I started to believe I was really onto something big. But then, out of nowhere, it hit me. One morning I woke up to find my crypto wallet was empty, everything gone. I stared at my phone in disbelief, refreshing the app over and over, hoping it was just a glitch. But the numbers never changed. At first I thought maybe it was a technical glitch, but nope. I'd fallen for a classic crypto scam, the kind you read about but never think will happen to you. It was like the floor dropped out from under me. My heart just sank. I'm talking full-on panic mode, like, how could I have missed the signs? I replayed every step in my head, trying to figure out where I went wrong. The anxiety was overwhelming. I was embarrassed and angry. I mean, you always hear about scams happening to other people, but this time, it was me. I felt foolish for letting my guard down, and the shame was almost as bad as the loss itself. After the shock wore off, I started searching for ways to recover my crypto. I spent hours reading recovery stories, scanning forums, and looking for any glimmer of hope. That's when I stumbled across traceback assets. I'll admit I was skeptical because, you know, you don't want to get scammed twice. But I figured, what did I have to lose at this point? I was desperate, but I also wanted to be smart about my next move. So, I reached out to them on Google, super easy by the way. Their website was straightforward and it didn't feel shady or over-promising, which was a relief. They replied quickly, and the person on the other end actually listened. Not some robot, but a real person who wanted to help. They asked thoughtful questions and didn't rush me, which made me feel like I was in good hands. They walked me through the process step by step, making sure I understood what was happening. They explained the technical stuff in a way that actually made sense, and I never felt pressured or judged for my mistakes. Honestly, their patience was next level. No question was too small, and they never made me feel like I was wasting their time. It was a huge comfort during a really stressful period. It didn't happen overnight, but after a bit of back and forth and sharing the necessary info they requested, traceback assets managed to track down my stolen crypto. They kept me updated at every stage, so I never felt left in the dark. I honestly couldn't believe it when I got the email saying my funds were on their way back. I must have read it a dozen times just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. It felt surreal, like, is this actually happening? After all the stress and sleepless nights, seeing that message was like a weight lifting off my shoulders. But sure enough, my wallet started filling up again. Watching those numbers climb back up was honestly one of the best feelings I've ever had. If you're watching this and you've been hit by a crypto scam, I get how helpless it feels. Don't give up. There are people out there who genuinely want to help, and you're not as alone as you might think. Reach out to traceback assets. Just search for them on Google. Even if you're unsure, it's worth a shot. Sometimes, taking that first step is the hardest part, but it can make all the difference. They were a game changer for me, and maybe they can be for you too. I never thought I'd get my crypto back, but here I am sharing my story, and for anyone out there experimenting with crypto, double-check everything, trust your gut, and please stay safe. Learn from my mistakes, and don't let excitement cloud your judgment. If you ever run into trouble, remember, you're not alone. There's always hope. And sometimes the right help is just a search away.